Hi everyone, my name is Jimmy Saroka and I am a professional live streamer and YouTuber and all that other stuff. If you're brand new to the broadcast, please say hello as you're coming in the broadcast. When you leave, please let me know you're leaving. As you're coming in, feel free to follow and retweet this broadcast even if we're on replay. Tapping the hearts even on replay is big in our community and much appreciated. I've been doing social media about 5 years, but with the pandemic, I took a major hit. A lot happened. And things have been happening, and they've been only getting worse. But I finally decided to hunker down, take myself seriously, take life seriously, and take life by the horns. Thanks for being here. Oh, well, hello to you, Simple Man. I appreciate all your hearts. He's a super fan, so... Got hearts. I got no complaints. New laptop is cool, says Angel. Yes, we're very grateful. Very, very grateful. Thank you to the person who got us this. Well, didn't get us. This was a gift, but it's not brand new, but it's new to us, so we're grateful. It's just a little RCA tablet, but it's it ain't from the stimulus checks. That's the best part. We didn't have to spend a dime. Very, very grateful. Now we have to find a charger for it. The person who gave it to us didn't even have all that much themselves. But understanding that we needed a business tool and something that could get us forward and really be able to just, like I said, that I could delve into the analytics, that Caitlin had a device that she could start doing her own research and figuring out what she wants to do with her life. This has unlocked a whole lot for us. So thank you very, very much. It's absolutely huge, and all we need is a 15-watt brick, and we're going to figure that out. We'll figure that out. But just to have the tablet is a great start. It's a great start. So thank you very much for the help, and thank you for the hearts. That's a nice-looking device, says ICYMI. Yes, it's better than nothing. It's a cool little thing, and it pops open, and it'll. We're grateful. We're grateful. It's a start. It's a good start. Caitlin is pumped. She's like, gimme. She's ready. And I don't blame her for being ready. It's good. It's just, she's just like, because it don't work. And I'm like, because it don't work, because we need a charger. But you know what? It's going to come in time. You know why? Because with gratitude and love and appreciation, the world and the universe is abundant. Extremely abundant. Extremely abundant. Okay, positivity only. Positivity only. DDF, welcome on. What brand is it? RCA. And surprising, it runs very quick. It's a very fast-moving device. I'm impressed by that. And that mixed with a program that I can get on the computer, we can use it like a supercomputer. Now, that'll cost a couple of dollars, not too many, but we should be able to afford it, even just with the YouTube payments that we get. God works in mysterious ways, and there's always a way through things. And as you guys see, if it's any motivation for you, I have a $100 phone, and I'm still operating on full throttle. And no, the photos aren't 4K, and the videos aren't 4K. But you know what? It works, and it's working. And like I said, it just goes to show that you don't need fancy tools to get started. You don't need fancy tools to even keep going. There's always a way through innovation. So always stay positive, believe in yourself, and realize you don't need the most in life to be able to make the most out of life. And where I started in the beginning of my career was exactly where that was. And I hit a point where I began to get success, and there were a lot of people who believed I was entitled, and I wasn't. So like I said, this is hopefully proof for you that I did start at zero, and I have no problem going back to zero, because those of us who do succeed have no issues with being at zero, because zero is better than negative, because debt sucks. And I think we can all agree on that. Chendrix, welcome on. How are you? And no, we did not get it from Goodwill. It was actually a person gave it to us, and we were very, very grateful and surprised. It was fantastic. I hope you find a charger, says Pub. Thank you. We will definitely find a charger. We will definitely find a charger. If there's anybody out there who has a 15-watt brick that they'd be willing to send to us, we have one charger for the phone. So I could use the phone charger on the laptop, actually. So all we need is a 15-watt brick. We just have to find a 15-watt brick, and we're good for a little bit longer. What's my depart mana? What does that mean, Tom? Tommy, what is depart mana? Maybe Amazon would have a cord. Angel, Amazon would have a cord. Unfortunately, we are not in a financial position to even purchase the cord. That's where we're at in life right now, and that's okay. But we will find a cord or a block. We will. But if I start spending my money now on extra things, it's only going to spiral into that. And that's why I'm making an effort to take the pennies that I do have and save them for bills, to make sure that the phone bill is paid, to make sure just in case we do need food and the person who's helping us with food cannot at some point, then we're guaranteed to have food. And that's very, very important to make sure that we survive. And thank you for all of you who are helping. Because it's not just about getting help when we need it, right? It's also making sure that we stay on our feet. And that was one mistake I made in the past, was not making sure that I stayed on my feet. Thank you for the yellow hearts and the orange hearts. And that's another thing is as you're coming in, make sure that you tell me what hearts you are. Hey, welcome on, Miss Betfair. Miss Betfair, you and I have to have a conversation, and I have been waiting to reach out to you. I've been thinking about when, and I really just haven't gotten around to it. I'm also absolutely terrified of you. My paranoia, it works wonders. It works wonders. But I'm finally coming down from it, and I'm learning that good people come from all walks of life. They really, really do. Good people come from all walks of life. Started from the bottom, now we hear, says Prince Pricey. You know what, Prince Pricey? Here's what I'm going to tell you is you were right. What you sent me, the last thing you sent me, you were right. I'm a very, very smart man. And I got this. Like, on lock. I'm good. Thank you for looking out for me in the way that you were when people didn't see that. There was just so you know, there's not one other person who saw the thing that you pointed out. So thank you for pointing that out. I just wasn't in a place to hear it yet. I wasn't in a place to hear it. Good luck on your venture, says Angel Love. Thank you. How much are they, says Angel Love. Oh, I have no idea. I won't even look. I deleted my Amazon account. I don't go near most shopping anything. I have a Grubhub account and a DoorDash account, and I don't use them. So I'm tempted to. When people send me food, here's the funny thing. I go and I want to. I want to so bad. But it's like somebody will be like, hey, do you want me to send you money? And you could use DoorDash. And I'll be like, no. They'll be like, do you want me to send you food? I'll be like, sure. I can't pull myself to do it because I've learned better. I've finally learned better. Like, it's not good for me. We don't have the money. It's not a responsible thing to do. For me, in my current financial position, it's not a responsible choice. Guys, my financial position, in case you don't know, is I literally have no money. So it's not a smart idea to take the pennies I do have and use them on DoorDash or something. And then just be back on here, right? Once again, like, oh, help me. We're getting help with food. We got this computer here. It's just taking it piece by piece. And I'm not asking for extra help. So we have a week's worth of food. We're figuring out the grocery situation. If it doesn't come back up, thank God it doesn't come back up. I'm keeping my videos live so that the ad revenue can accrue. I'm making extra content to build out the business. And I'm grateful for the personal help of getting on my feet. Thank you. All right. Yosemite says a thrift store might have it. Unfortunately, I don't think there are any thrift stores where I'm at or near where I'm at, but that is actually a really great idea. And the person who would be willing to give us a ride to the thrift store, may be willing to help us get one. Thank you, Yosemite, for pointing that out. Thank you very much. I didn't even think of a thrift shop. I will actually, for sure, be checking that out. And I'm going to take a screenshot of it so I don't forget. Pat's Nation says Josh will pay. Pat's Nation, you are right. Josh will pay. That's why I won't ask him. That is why I won't ask him. Because I love the guy. He's made his mistakes. He has his own stuff in his life. And I won't ask him. And you can ask him. I'm not asking him. I'm proud. Maybe it's not much to be proud of because it's not how I should be to begin with. I got in a real unfortunate in unhealthy place, but I'm not asking him. I got this with the help of others, but little pieces here and there. I'm not relying on one person big. I'm not relying on several people medium ways. I am working as hard as humanly possible in my way, in my arena, and only asking for the things that are absolutely pertinent and time sensitive, and making sure that time sensitivity doesn't become a long-term thing by spending more than I have. So I really have learned these lessons, and Caitlin has helped to teach me them as well. Now, this is a good question. Bravo asked, what about stimulus? Now, my money is my business. It's my own personal business, but I will let you know that any of those funds are being allocated for food and housing to ensure at least short-term food and housing while my income gets on track for the first time. So all of that is being used for what it's made for. Absolute necessity. Where is Pennsylvania? It says where when doves fly. Pennsylvania is in the northeast of the United States. So it's like, if you know where the state capital is, it's a couple hours north. Excuse me. Now, I just want to help those who misunderstand. Someone says, this week you're a smart man. Last week, character, you were an abused man. Guys, it's very important to understand that I'm both. And depending on the situation and the conversation, different parts of my personality come out. That is what normal people do. I hope we're in recognition of this. Normal people have a different conversation based on what the conversation is. That's called healthy communication. When we're talking about this, we talk about this. When we're talking about my pain, we talk about my pain. When we're talking about you, we talk about you. That's called healthy communication. Welcome to the broadcast. So who plays Saroka in the movie? I don't know. I don't know if there's ever going to be a movie, and part of me hopes there never is. Because I don't need one more inaccurate portrayal of me, good or bad. I don't need that in my life. Silly Spook says, will you use your stimulus check to buy a car? More than likely not. More than likely not. Because by the time the stimulus check comes in, I will not yet be in a financial position to maintain a vehicle, either through wear and tear or, wear and tear maintenance or an insurance payment. It's just not realistic right now. As much as I would love to have a vehicle, especially during the pandemic, it makes a lot more sense to have a roof over our heads. Even though it's more expensive and, I do know how to live that life, I definitely have the ability to not have to skimp in places that are actually going to hurt me more than they'll help me. Because I used to see that as a solution. I was delusional. I'm much more healthy indoors. What I did was inappropriate, and I hurt myself. And I mostly did it because I was afraid of being alone in an apartment. I was afraid of the bills, and I was delusional to all the bills that come with being homeless or living in a car. It costs a lot more money to live that way. Oops. Stupid mistakes. Stupid mistakes. Welcome on, Stu Shepherd. This is the laptop. Thank you very much for the help, guys. Oh, by the way, I am going to have to hop off real soon because I have been re-engaged with, what is it called? Reinstated on TikTok. I was falsely shut down on TikTok. That always happens. And then usually someone figures out who I am and they're like, oh, we're good. But I've figured out, I got educated. So I'm not getting hacked anymore. I'm not, deleting my own stuff. I'm not freaking out and getting embarrassed. I've become intellectually, knowledgeable on a psychological level to the degree where I can recognize the psychological attacks of other people. And so for me, things are finally on track and these platforms will continue to build. So it's good. So I'm reinstated on TikTok and I will be posting very soon. So as soon as my alarm goes off here, I'm going to have to shut down here. I'm going to be posting on TikTok. And I might get shut down on TikTok again, falsely. It's possible. But if said thing happens, then I will have the conversation. It'll be reinstated. And eventually they'll be annoyed enough that they'll just leave my account up. So, and if they don't, I have Lasso. And I have a great track record of Facebook and Instagram. So Lasso will work. Lasso is like TikTok for Facebook. So there's always a solution. Always. Always. Just remember that, guys. Always a solution. There's always a way through. There's never a way out. There's always a way through. Mandan, welcome on. How are you? And when I talk so much, I use a lot of oxygen, so I gotta breathe. I was not competent enough to keep a budget in the past. Correct. Tom says, Matthew says, takeout is overpriced, can live for weeks off of groceries. A couple of takeouts would cost. Yes. Yep. And when I was in that car, I could have just gotten a cooler. I didn't think of these things back then. No joke. I just thought, I can't do it. It won't work. It's making excuses. I know that now. I had no idea then. Guys, I really was that pathetic. I had all this ambition, and then I saw my ability to read the platforms and understand how they work, and I thought, oh, yay, I'm master of the universe. But really, I just had one little skill that would have made me a great analyst working for someone else. Thank God I clung to the delusion that I knew what I was doing, because eventually I figured out how. You know what I mean? Like backwards town. I learned how to handle myself. I was just a shut-in analyst, and then I got on screen and thought I could handle it. Okay, I have to go. I am 163 comments behind, so I'm going to catch up, talk about myself, not at all, and we're going to move forward because I have to go like now. Where am I in PA? I am in, I guess I'm talking about myself. Ask me a question. I am in Drums, PA. Just look at my location. Hope all is okay. Things are very good. Thank you. Money is personal. Yes, says Mandan. Thank you. Good evening. How are you? Yo, who did it? Organic mussels and avocados? Yes, it was very good. Thank you. And I already have the TikTok pre-prepared. So no sweat. It's scheduled ahead of time. You guys will not have to wait. I'm from PA originally. Cool. Where are you at now? And feel free to follow, retweet this out, share with your followers, and make sure to add me on other platforms so we can have a conversation. Shoot me a DM. All right. I'm always waiting on the DMs. I get a couple of them a day, but it would be nice to get more. It'd be nice to be able to have more conversations with you guys because relationships are how I survive. Especially, that's how we all survive, especially quarantine right now. No, thank God, I am one of the few that does not have a personality disorder. I just have a whole lot of people who say I have a personality disorder because they have a jealousy disorder. I'm a man with a lot of energy who have a very high income real soon, and people with low income who are jealous will say that I have a disorder. That's called jealousy. Nothing else. Am I an actor or something? I cannot act for crap, and I think we all know that. I'm a very high energy guy that knows how to handle himself on live stream. I'm so stressed as Dark Destroyer. I'm sorry to hear it. Take deep breaths like me. It helps. You intrigue my mental state. Good. I hope I do. How old am I? I'm 25. Still 76 behind. All right, guys, I got to go. I'm sorry. I got to go. I'll talk to you very soon. I got to post on TikTok and on Lasso. I'll see you soon. I love you so much, and I really, really appreciate your time, attention, and support, and the hearts. Talk soon. Sorry about that, guys. There was a bit of a glitch, but I'm back. Had a bit of a connection issue. Is this live, says Miles? Well, it is Periscope. So if it's not live, it's probably not supposed to be on Periscope. It's been that way all day. I believe it. I think they're trying to figure out what's going on with their fleets. They're trying to work out fleets, and it's probably affecting the way that I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. I know what's happening, and that's it. End of story. So moving on. What do you want to talk about? What do I want to talk about? Okay, can you read the questions? Why don't you just read them off to me one at a time? Why don't you? There we go. Why don't you read the questions and we'll answer them? Okay. I think that'll be cool.
If you're in the movie Grace, would you be a Gracer or a preppy? I don't know if preppy is the right word, but I didn't know the word.
Kate was. Oh, excuse me. Welcome on, Josh. Hey, Kate, says Sophia.
Hi.
Will I ever change that shirt? Well, Anne, when I'm no longer poor and I can afford another shirt, then I will probably change it. What was I going to say? Kate asked, if you were in the movie Grease, would you be a greaser or would you be a prep? And the other question was, I don't think the right word for it is a prep. There's a proper name for it. And it was also in the movie. Okay, what movie is it that it's Stay Golden Pony Boy? I cannot remember.
Outsiders.
Outsiders, thank you. What's the name of the preppy kids? I have to ask because we could not figure out the proper name and we didn't Google it. If you want to help out. I don't like leaning over. The Sokas? So, oh crap, that's going to be impossible. How do I, the socius. That's right, the socius. Thank you. And thank you for the green hearts and the purple hearts. Much appreciated. This avocado is delicious. If you guys have never had avocado, they're actually, they're decently expensive, but they're very, very healthy and very, very tasty. I'd be a greaser, says Patty. I'd be a greaser too. Some people think that I'm the other one, and I'm just, it's the weirdest thing. I think it depends on what angle you're looking at me from and who you are. But Patty says she'd be a greaser. It's hard because they make you choose a side. Are there any characters within the movie that are not on? Come on, wander around. Are there any characters that are not on one side or the other? Sophia said she'd be a greaser. Sophia, I think you'd be a greaser with the mind of a soc, meaning like you're on point. You know how to get along socially, but you're not afraid to get your hands dirty to get your life moving. That's at least what I pick up on. Yeah, and here's the other piece of it. People have spent the last 5 years crapping on me, call me homeless, call me this, call me that. And I finally realized as I sit here with a hotel paid for the month by good people, with my food paid for with organic food by good people, these people believe in me. I don't have to scam anybody. I win. And my life is moving forward. And now after everything fell to crap, I have a lot of good people on my side. I win. And the reason I win is because I see that even after everything that's happened, the good people still have my back and they believe in me. That must be saying something about me. You know, like I shouldn't need the definition or the faith of others to to define me and to know that I'm okay. But it definitely helps. It definitely helps. And I finally see, I'm like, I'm normal, they're normal things are happening, and life's moving on. I'm not street meat. I'm not some homeless piece of crap. I'm not some foster kid. I'm a very intelligent human being who was born into an unfortunate situation with lazy people. And I was raised by awesome people, and the people along the way were more and more productive, more and more intelligent. And just because someone's smart doesn't make them better than someone who's not intellectually smart. And I have had the opportunity in God's good grace to have been raised and live around people of many different intelligences, of many different cultures. Now, a lot of them similar, but more or less, I've gotten the gambit, and I've met people from all different walks of life, and I've lived a lot of different lives in a very short time. And it's just so awesome to sit here and be able to appreciate you guys wherever you're at, whoever you are. Just telling you, I'm not above you, I'm not below you. And like I said, is whatever I have here, whatever seems off, even when I have money, even when things are good, I'm just letting you know that I still have your back. Now I'm going to have your back in so much as I can. And the lesson that I hope you take from it is always put yourself first. Take care of you, and then whatever is left, not whatever is left, but yeah, whatever is left. For me, I want to allocate less to myself. And that's a conversation I had with Kate, was when I was younger. My mom, she took me to the store and she wanted me to buy this big pack of blow pins. I wanted the little pack of blow pins. And she was like, no, well, you got like pressuring me, trying to get me to buy the big one. Why didn't you take the big one? I wanted the little one. And I don't remember if I got the big one or got the little one. I don't remember. All I remember is being real sad. So I don't think I got the little one. But I was always the guy that wanted less. I didn't ever feel that I needed more. But I like to have a lot. And I like to do a lot. That's who I am. So it'll be really cool to, as my life moves forward, to see, what is God going to bring into my life? What am I going to create in my own life? What I'm going to be able to give back? Who's going to be in my life? Because as the tapestry of my life unfolds, I'm finally starting to see all the cool different connections that are coming together, the relationships that are rebuilding, and the ways that they are kind of orchestrating in the environment that God is building for me. You might say, and I don't mean that in a biblical sense. I'm building for myself, obviously. I'm putting my own work in, but it would be insane to sit here and say that that things aren't being put together for me on some level, even in just the tiniest little way. I don't mean to be narcissistic and say that God's moving heaven and earth for me. Absolutely not. But my life is coming together in a way that is quite unbelievable. And I'm very grateful for that. And the only way for me to be able to really believe is to say there must be a God out there, because it just doesn't seem to be possible any other way. I could not be that lucky. But that's just me personally. And I don't have that much skill. I got a lot of skill, but not enough skill to have changed reality to the place that it's at, shifting in a direction that's beneficial to my life in such a very large way. Like I said, I do my best with the resources that I have, but the rest does have to go to God. So anyway, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the support. Caitlin, are we ready for the next question? Wait, what was the first one? Gracious, we got that answer. All right, next question. Thank you.
Would you rather learn to surf or fly a plane?
Would you rather learn to surf or ride a plane?
Fly.
Right? Oh, fly a plane. I'll let you guys answer first this time. And thank you for the brown hearts. Much appreciated. Mary Lou says surf. I'd rather surf. I think flying a plane would be cool, but I definitely agree on surfing. Flying a plane sounds scary. I wouldn't want to crash it. You're welcome, says Mandy. Thank you. And thank you for the yellow hearts as well. Blissfully ignorant says fly. Fly a plane, obviously, says pub. If you're a good pilot, I'll come. I'll come for the ride. But thankfully, I have Facebook on auto post. I just put a Facebook post up. I should have avocado toast. I've actually more or less cut carbs out of my diet. Have I cut carbs out of my diet completely? I don't think so. There's got to be carbs in something I'm eating.
Well, yeah, you need carbs to live, but you cut out grains.
I cut out grains. I cut grains in my diet. Where would I fly to? Lincoln, Nebraska. I would want to fly over the middle of nowhere and see what it looks like. Hey, when you get free Wendy's, somebody said there's carbs in Wendy's. I said, yeah, when people are sending free food to our door, I'm about it. No complaints. Thank you for that. Oahu is beautiful to fly to. I cannot even imagine. Does Kate like avocados too? See Kate give a thumbs up. Carbs or no carbs? That is the question, says Chauncey. My body's weird. My body's really very temperamental. My brain's temperamental too, as you guys know. Avocados have carbs in it. Thanks for letting me know, Ricky. I didn't know that. Now I know. Yeah, I'm not a professional on anything, guys. I listen to my body and I listen to my brain. That's about as far as it goes for me. And I do as much study as I have to take care of myself. I'm not a professional on any subject necessarily. I'm a professional on the subject of myself. That's about it. And then I take little tidbits of advice here and there. I lived there for 3 years. The people are so kind. That's really cool, Mandy. Mandy, if you have any photos from when you were there, I would love to see it. Hawaii is definitely somewhere that Caitlin has dreamed of. That'd be a very cool travel destination. Oh, by the way, yes. Once traveling again, Instagram is going to be travel. Now, I can't say that for 100% sure, but it's the thing that makes sense to me. So I'm going to say it's 100% sure. And I'm going to stick to it because it's the way I want to live. And if it shifts again, it'll shift. And you guys just have to deal with that. But as of right now, Periscope and Snapchat are fan interaction and community interaction. And then YouTube is going to be vlogging. Facebook is going to be gaming. And then Instagram will be travel. And then just miscellaneous, because Instagram is like home for me. I've had many homes, but now they're all my home. But Instagram is where it all started in reference to understanding the algorithms and the timing and all that stuff. Periscope and Snapchat are home for community, but YouTube is where it all started. YouTube is where it all started, where the vlogging started. And then it shifted to Periscope and Snap. And I think I've been confused, clearly. But the past 5 years of my life have revealed a lot. And for me, I see it's very interesting because there's people that post different, like they'll post on platforms and cross-platform pollinate. They'll put the same stuff across the board. I like having it all divided. It's fun for me to have different communities to interact with. But like I said, for Periscope and Snap, it's kind of where everybody comes together, and that mashup can be fun. But it's going to be really cool and interesting to watch as that grows across the board, because we got food on Pinterest. Like I said, it's going to take time to finally build out this vision, but I've done bits and pieces of it in the past, and now is just where it all comes together. And it's going to be fun. Miles, thank you, but I'm not doing call-ins. Blissful says, good on an avocado. Thank you. They're so good for me. That's what I heard. I don't actually know for sure, but I heard they're very good for me, and I enjoy them. Plant-based, says Mandy. Cool. I lost 93 pounds not eating carbs, says Patty. Good for you, Patty. Patty, if you have any advice on the diet, send it on over. I got DMs. I'd be glad to hear. I send them to you guys. Thank you, Mandy. Kate and I will take a look. For Oahu. Yeah. Lack of breathing. It's been my main problem. Trying to keep up with all the comments. No one human can handle it. I will need help one day. I will. As of right now, I can handle this. This is nothing compared to what I used to handle. But I think I kind of just let it snowball and I let it go too far. I think when I'm at a point where I have 100 comments below, or when I got about 100 people in here, when there's 200 or 300, that was when I really started going off the rails. So I think once we get around there, then, maybe I'll hand some stuff off to you, or we'll figure out what to do then. But as of right now, I absolutely love doing it this way, just so that I can interact with people one-on-one. And guys, it may, here's what I predict. I can't really pass off Periscope. That's not who I am. So more than likely what'll happen is I'll have to shift the fan interaction over to Periscope or over to Snapchat. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do on Periscope and then shift fan interaction and community interaction over to Periscope, over to Snapchat itself, because everything else is going to be content, and eventually Periscope will be content. But for now, you got me. So hopefully you want to talk to me while you have me, because I like having you here. Inviting your followers. Thank you very much for inviting your followers. That's always huge. Very appreciated. We've all been confused. Mandy says we've all been confused at times. And thank you for the continued hearts, Mandy. They're very appreciated. We've all been confused at times. And Patty, if you're the green, thank you as well. We've all been confused at times. No worries, it happens. It does. Now, the mistake that I made during that confusion was borderline inexcusable. But given the state of overwhelming paranoia and psychosis I was experiencing due to environmental stress, it's not warranted, but it's definitely forgivable. And I am very grateful for those of you who, have the intellect and have experienced the trauma that I've been through and realize that although not a victim, well, I was a victim of that scenario. just so that we know, the way that I reacted to the attacks I was receiving, that was the inappropriate part. But I genuinely didn't know what else to do without giving up. And when push came to shove of giving up Kate, and Kate giving up on me, we wouldn't give up on each other. And that's why we won. That's why eventually we came out on top, because when we started taking it out on each other, that's when, it finally clicked for both of us, like something different. Something needs to change here, and us separating isn't the thing that needs to change. Because when we met, and we had that conversation a long time ago, you guys didn't even hear about it. We don't really share that much, but just Kate and I coming to terms with what happened and looking each other in the eye and saying it's somebody else that has to go. And then after that, it's somebody else that has to go. And we've kind of cut it all the way down to remembering how happy we were in the beginning of our relationship and who we really are. Like, we clicked, absolutely clicked. And how long-term that's going to be, we don't know. But, as of right now, we're sticking together in the friendship that we have because we want to explore whether or not that can be an option again in the future. As of right now, just maintaining space and building those healthy boundaries between one another and starting our own lives, can happen. And at the same time, I love being around Kate. So that's why I'm like, yeah, am I coaxing her in? I'm like, hey, Kate, this is really going somewhere, and I really hope that you decide to stick around. Absolutely. But at the same time, saying to her, like, look, whatever you make of your life, it's going to be beautiful, and it's your path to choose. But anyway, I do like having Kate around. So I really do. She's enjoyable to be around. Now, here's what I will say is the true test comes when success begins to come, because, people don't change, but they expose themselves when money shows. And what I exposed about myself when money came was that I had a hell of a lot of guilt in reference to having money, because I was raised in an environment and was familiar with an environment where people with money must have been cheaters or thieves, or especially in the entertainment industry. And so that brainwash really led me to a place where I felt unhealthy about myself, and I felt guilty when the income I was making and the career I was making for myself was completely legitimate. And funny enough, now I look at the people who are in the entertainment industry, and I have a lot of sympathy for them, because I recognize that fame comes at a cost, and those careers come at a cost. But at the same time, it's freedom of choice, and just like them, I'm not famous or anything like that. But just being in the social eye, those of us who are in the social eye, you guys included, is we're making a choice to be out in the public. And that choice can come with a big cost. And, the intentional expelling of our privacy can come at a big cost. And I didn't, the lines got blurred for me, where I started exposing my own privacy and sharing my own privacy. And it kind of spilled over into the privacy of others. And I'm so grateful to have learned that lesson, because not only have I learned the value of privacy, but I've also learned the value of respecting others' privacy, fighting for others' privacy, and fighting for my own privacy. And that's absolutely huge. And that no matter how hurt I feel, that I finally am stepping back and being mature and, maintaining the privacy of others, no matter how hurt I feel, because it speaks on my character. It speaks on my integrity. And I have a very high integrity. I'm a good guy. And I haven't done a great job of showing that. And I'm sorry for that, but I'm doing better now. So moving on. What about TikTok? I have a post ready for today for TikTok. That should be good to go. I had a little conversation with some nice, assumably Chinese man. I don't know who does TikTok support, but I should be good to go. I don't know. I remember when Instagram first started taking a hit, it took me a while to get things running and okay. But the level of abuse that I receive and the harassment I receive oftentimes leads me to get quickly known by the people who run the platforms, which can be a very good thing when I do good in my job. That can be a very good thing to be known. And even if I'm known for being harassed, it still makes them money. So as long as I know how to leverage things and focus on the positive, all that extra traffic isn't necessarily a bad thing. So it's just, would I like people to like me? Yeah, I think we all would, but that's life. I just take it where it comes. And I do my best to be more healthy and make better decisions now. Okay. How's my day been so far, says Sophia? The day's pretty good. Kate, do you want the other half of this avocado? You really do. All right, go ahead, enjoy it. There you go. Because I'm into these. I'm into this. I'm enjoying myself right now. Okay. This is my last muscle. And thank you for helping with the groceries, guys. It's nice to maintain our lifestyle to some degree, maintain our health, to a good degree, and set that example, because your health is important. But however you want to live that way. Just understand that organic food is not a lifestyle choice for me. It's my health. And because I have conditions, it's better to make sure that I'm on that organic food. If your body and your brain can handle regular food, good on you. I wish I could. But we all remember what happened when I ate regular food, or even fast food, right? It was even worse. So, but you see how much better I can operate and how much healthier I behave when I do have food in my body, because I have a very sensitive body, very sensitive mind. So even those little, the GMOs, those little things can have a huge effect on my health. That's just me personally. So I appreciate the support on that. And the sensitivity as well. What's up with the breathing? Chauncey, I haven't done this much talking this quickly in a very long time. And so I have to take my breath a lot. My VO2 max is very low as compared to where it used to be. That is why I breathe like that, Lisa, because I'm doing a lot of talking, if you haven't noticed. Okay. When you first started, it was crazy. And it will get that way again, Sophia. Give it a few minutes. Pub says, breathing techniques for coronavirus. Thank you for the green hearts. Thank you for the purple hearts. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. I get excited, and so I'm trying to calm myself, center myself. I need a minute to center myself. I often bite off more than I can chew. All right. Do I know what organic means? I am not a professional, but I've experienced the way in which it affects my body better. And so I choose. Please don't leave us, says Chauncey. I'm chilling for a minute. I just need to take a breath. I'm new. Are you a food soaper, says Kalea. No, you can find food on Pinterest with me. Periscope is pretty much interacting with people, but I needed a title for my broadcast because I'm trying to catch up with everything. I've been behind for a minute. I am not president. No president. There's no content. Correct. That is why it's called an interaction platform. I'm here to talk with you guys. Which platform do I dream in? What platform do I dream in? That's a funny question. I don't. I really don't. So funny enough, I definitely have a good psychological barrier for social media because it doesn't find its way into my dreams. Thank God. You're funny, Mary Lou. All the squares, welcome on. Loving your gold badge. Good on you. You've been experiencing that for years. Better believe it. Absolutely, says Mandy. All the squares says we feel your pain. I bet you do. I know you do. Yo, Periscope can be scary. Social media period can be scary. But like I said, every platform can be a beautiful place depending on how I use it. And so I'm focusing on using it well for myself. Where's Kate, says Jessie. She's chilling over here. Awesome. What did I win? Life. Are we still together? We're in the same physical place. Right, Kate? Mm-hmm. Welcome on, Cali Q. How are you? Are we sexually active? That is definitely not conversation for the public. At least not at current. It was in the past. It wasn't really. It wasn't really. But I talked about it anyway, and I shouldn't have. Prince Pricey, welcome on. Where do you want to travel to in the future? Well, I am doing my best to remain grounded, and so I'm going to share places in the US that I want to travel to. I don't know. I mean, I do know. Prince Pricey, if you want to know, send me a DM because I'm being more careful because people creep me out, man. People creep me out. Where do I want to go? I can't be afraid to share where I want to go. I can't. That's insane. No matter how many stalkers I have. Where do I want to go? I could cop out and ask you where you want to go. That would be a cop out. I want to go to Disney. I do. I really do. Okay, story time. Kate and I hope the hearts continue. I hope you guys appreciate it and are okay with me talking about me. If you don't, if it's bothering you and you want to talk about you, just start talking about you. No joke. Like, just be in the comments, talk about you, and we will refocus to you. But people are asking me questions on my platform, so I'm answering. And I do enjoy talking about what we have going on because this is part of my job. It's part of my life. But I do want to interact with you. So if you feel unheard or ignored, please make sure to just engage and let me know that you feel that way. I want to go to Disney because Kate and I went to Disney when we were in California with a friend of mine. And you know what? It could have been one of the most amazing experiences of my life. But I was just in such a miserable and destructive, emotionally destructive place. And I mean, we would go on rides and we'd be in line and I'd be complaining and miserable. And I'm so sorry. And all Kate wanted to do was enjoy Disney and introduce me to Disney. And at the end of it all, as she still says, she's like, it's your first time at Disney, and we had kept our tickets. And I'm finally learning to appreciate nostalgia and appreciate family and reappreciate these human experiences because I had gotten so caught up in the social media and the numbers and the beep boop bop that I forgot about reality. And I just want to say thank you to all of you and to Kate who have brought me back down to earth. So you saved my life. You guys saved my life by not liking me. A lot of you. And those of you who do like me and stood in my corner, I appreciate that too. But I'm finally beginning to appreciate the people who are screaming for good reason. Letting me know, like, now for the people making accusations, that's ridiculous. But for the people who are literally like, bro, we'll be on your side again when you come back to reality. The fallacy wasn't the way that I lived or da-da-da-da-da. The fallacy was the belief that this was more important than this. And I think deep down, that's what you guys saw. I think deep down, that's what you guys saw, was that I had more importance in the screen than I did in real life. I think the part that you were missing was that my life was kind of super crappy at the time. And so I would rather be in the screen. And then another piece of that was an initiative that I had started. I had intended to start a nonprofit and blah, 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 blah. And then it turned into a vlog. And, that you guys all know the name. It's infamous at this point, and thank God I don't own it. But, how do I say this? I thank God that it was stolen from me. You know why? All of the embodiment of that entity that I had attempted to build into that entity, it's inside me. And I wanted to put it into something else. And when I lost it, you guys saw I held on for a long time. When I lost it, I thought I lost myself. No, I didn't. Somebody saved me. The person who stole it saved me. Saved me. Because I had wrapped my identity into an entity outside of myself. And that's just sick and depraved. All that encompassed that username is inside me. The positivity, the love, the good stuff. And without that mask, I think people see me even more clearly. I just don't think a lot of people were expecting to see a good person. and maybe thought that I was like hiding. I was. I didn't realize I was hiding behind a username, that I was hiding behind a social media blog. I'm a good dude. So, back to talking with you guys. Everyone, will you take care of this? Thank you very much. Where do I want to travel? I want to go to Disney, either in Florida or California. I want to go with Kate. I would like to get one of those passes where we can go on all the rides quicker and whatnot. And I would like to give Kate the world that she tried to give to me that I said no to. I would like to return the favor and, let this experience this time around not be botched up. The experience can't be recreated, but life can be made new. So I would really like that. Mandy says, it's sweet of you to admit. Mandy, it's really hard. It's been hard. I'm finally seeing how much of a complainer I've been. It all had to come out. It just had to come out in time. Everyone trying to force me didn't make it easier. We deserve a second chance, says Mandy. Yeah, it's hard to say second because to me, it's like I said, for me in my life, it's the continuation of a first chance. It's just I got stripped of all of the lies, and the lies were none of which people thought they were. It was all insecurities and regular stuff, that had been gaslit into the idea that I was something that I'm not. So having them torn away and stolen away, obviously there were not good intentions in the theft and the crimes committed against me, but because I have love in my heart and, God is good, they were made new. And all that's left is the positivity, because that was the truth. And that is the truth of my life, is just the love that I genuinely have for everyone. And then, building it out into a career, and doing my best not to allow it to become tainted. And doing my best to make something good of it, to exemplify what I mean when I say that I care about you guys and continue to refocus and have these conversations. Just know that me running away from you or me not talking to you sometimes has a lot more to do with my fear than it does a lack of interest in you or an over interest in myself. I've been rejected and hurt thousands and thousands of times, but you know what? I keep coming back for more. And that should tell you something about me. And it's not that I'm crazy or that I have a problem. I genuinely care. And you do not have to give anything other than your time. Anything you want to give beyond that, I'm grateful. And you better believe in my future, I'll be asking for more. But don't feel pressured, because if you're not the kind of person that has more, don't give it. I'm probably not talking to you if you don't have it. So don't sweat. Am I even breathing? I'm working on it, Evie. I'm working on it. Chauncey, excuse me. Chauncey says you're a great guy. I'm trying to be, Chauncey. I'm trying to be. Being a good guy is easy. Being a great guy, I'm finding out, is very difficult. But I'm getting there. Man, he says, it's awesome of you. It's awesome of you guys. There's 83 of you here with me. After everything, there's still so many of you here. Okay? It's not just me being a great guy. There's a lot of you out there that are great people too. And the proof is in the pudding that you keep coming back for more, giving a little bit of hope here and then. And even skepticism. A lot of people that come back with skepticism, but I can tell that skepticism comes from a place of hope. They're like, all right, I'm going to poke at him. If he doesn't react, he might be decent. I totally get that attitude. Caitlin did it to me. I did it to her. Might not be the healthiest thing, but it's a hell of a lot better than giving up sometimes. If it leads to abuse, obviously not. But for those of you that are skeptics, I'd rather you be here asking questions than not. Where will I travel in the future? Don't know yet. I'm taking this hour by hour. Thank you, Mary Lou. And thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate that. Guys, apparently I'm saying something that's upsetting you. So whenever I'm saying something that's upsetting you, do me a favor and share whatever it is that I'm saying. Let me know what it is that I'm saying that's upsetting you. I'd like to know. Because I genuinely don't. And it's not because I'm stuck up or full of myself. Apparently I'm just ignorant to your feelings. And that's not on purpose. So please give me a little communication and I'll try to bridge that gap. I'm not the kid that I used to be where I don't want to hear what you have to say. I know I was like that. I'm not anymore. Just let me know what's bothering you. And if I can acknowledge it or engage with it, I'll do my best to try and get better. But, I want to be sensitive to your feelings, but I also have to be myself. And striking that balance can be very difficult because I'm quite an insensitive person when it comes to social media. But that insensitivity comes from a lack of knowledge. All right. It comes from a lack of culturing. And in order to get cultured, I have to focus on the culture. And people are the culture. We are the culture. And I'm uncultured. So teach me, because I do care. Mussels full of mercury. I forgot about that. What about salmon? Is there mercury in salmon? Because our diet right now is pretty much mercury and mussels. Because that was like the only organic stuff available in the store. It's like nothing else. So please let me know if there's like a hell of a lot of mercury. Guys, by the way, where we're at, it is impossible to find organic groceries. Impossible. But I definitely say that we go elsewhere. And you know what I'm talking about. Because we might have made a huge mistake. Or almost made a huge mistake. Are you thankful for these people? I am. I'm telling you, no matter what happens, it was always that one person. There's always one person that ends up stepping in and saving the day. And it's almost never me. It's almost never me. Manny says, breathe in my nose, out my mouth. Thank you for the green hearts and the yellow. If that's you, let me know who it is. I am not having a panic attack. I am talking a million miles a minute. I used to think it was a panic attack. I'm not having a panic attack. I'm talking a lot. Talking requires oxygen. I'm still good on notifications and everything. Am I? I have to check. 1738. I'm still good. Well, come on, Josh. Do we have masks? Yes. Thank you to the 100 people here in the 100. Thank you to the 100 people in the broadcast. Is there a Kroger near you? Unfortunately not. We are in the northeast of Pennsylvania. Does the deep breathing help? It does. It does. Mandy says Universal Studios for me. I'm determined to catch up on these comments. Mission 1, catch up on the comments. Hey, Motel 6 is better than homeless. Thank you for the gold gold heart. Thank you for the red hearts. Thank you for the green heart. Thank you for the screenshots. Thank you, hometown. I don't block. Not anymore. Do I wax my eyebrows? I do not. I'm catching up. Excuse me. No, super hearts are always appreciated. We are very close to being super broadcaster status. You know it. The conversations are about me when people ask me questions. I'm trying to catch up to be able to talk about you. So, start talking about you. I'm waiting. You want the conversation to be about you? Well, guess what? You should probably talk about you. If you want me to ask a question about you. Kate, what we got? Next question.
Regular cake or ice cream cake?
Regular cake or ice cream cake? Please do me the ice cream cake. Oh, ice cream cake sounds good to me right about now.
Yeah, it does.
So does Wendy's, Domino's, and anything else hitting up the doorstep. But you know what I finally got? I got some organic food and avocados. Thank the Lord. God is good. People are good. All right. I am determined to reach 0 comments. Well, not 0. I'm determined to catch up. Am I traveling alone? I am not. There's a beautiful woman in my company. Mandy says everyone deserves a second chance. You know what? I'll take it then. Thank you. I'm focusing, Chauncey. Thank you, vegetarian. You have a disgustingly uncomfortable photo, but you have wise words. Kate, I think the fish and the mussels should be split up between the canned goods and the rest of what we have.
Okay.
And we'll take the, well, we don't have milk, and I'm not drinking that stuff, so we're good. The reason I look crazy looking for bipolar cure is because I was trying to cure one placebo with another. I do not have bipolar disorder, nor did I ever. I'm free and healthy. And we have a tablet on the way. So I will see you guys later. There's 164 comments. I failed today. Guess what? Today was a failure. Today was not a failure. It was an experiment of could I handle it? And I couldn't handle it, right? It was a test. and I failed the test. I failed a lot of tests in my life, okay? But guess what? God keeps letting me in the classroom, and I might pass 1 out of 10, but he has a very low standard, so I'm making it. I love you guys. I really do. I'm so appreciative for the 100 of you that have showed up in the broadcast. I'm appreciative of everyone who has been tapping those hearts, even though I've disacknowledged you to some degree. I appreciate those of you who realize the disacknowledgement has come to me not knowing how to handle myself yet, but finally being on the way to do it. And once and for all, thank God for Periscope, because it is the shitsnet. Talk soon, everybody. Please DM me if I missed your comment. If there's something important you had to say to me or a conversation you want to have, guess what? The conversation can continue. My Snapchat is out there on the internet somewhere, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say what my Snapchat is because it has in the username, a username that was stolen from me and like literally trademarked. So find me. And that's it. I'm probably going to make a new Snap. I already know what I'm going to call it. Bye, guys.